Hey, buddy, tough break about Sean, but he wanted you to have this. Oh, wow. It's a camera. It's a Canon camera. Oh, I know it. Doesn't have a battery charger, though. Yeah, what the fuck? Uh-oh. Hello one, hello all, it's the gothiest ghost of them all, Caspa in the flesh, and it's time for a review of Mach-Hommy, Rich Haitian. This is the latest album from New Jersey rapper Mach-Hommy, who has been immensely consistent with releasing albums, as he put out 4 albums in 2022, 1 album last year, 4 in 2021, and the one that caught my attention was Pray for Haiti, which I felt was his best album up until this point, which was released under the Griselda label, which had excellent standout flows, great production at points, and a mix of thoughtful bars and introspection. But I did find a chunk of the album to be a little half-baked, underwhelming, and not that much of a direction. But after listening to this numerous times, Mac has not only improved, but when it comes to his pros, when it comes to his strengths, he has not let up, like, whatsoever at all. Like, I could honestly say, given this new direction, he is not playing with anyone here. For one thing, the flows are more relentless, and definitely more mind-bending. Like, there are points of this album where he is rapping and it feels like he's going like channel to channel. It's like he's like teleporting from one side to the next. And while his delivery is smooth, you still get that amount of griminess. You still get that amount of grit. There's still something about him that sounds cold-blooded. There's still determination in his vocals. The opener, I would say, serves more as an intro other than a song, but it does set the mood. But the wheels definitely start turning on the following track, Antonomasia, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, I'm sorry, where him and New York rapper Rock Marciano trade bars back and forth fantastically, I might add, that deliver a great cipher-like chemistry, with standout bars, and I would say the eccentricity within the lyricism and the creativity definitely continues to stem from MF Doom, but he puts his own twist on it, with lyrical standouts like Slide You Like a Crossfader, Darth Vader smoking Big Skywalker with a stargazer, and bars like My K drill, like my rifle's last name Flock. I mean, holy shit. Also the hazy droning bass, along with the passages and the watery guitar loops, I feel add to this album's hypnotic element, but also the grittiness that this album offers. I also love the otherworldly and intoxicating Politickle, which is one of the many moments where you get this seamless flow that this album has, as the following cuts just effortlessly segue into the next. And also I gotta add how a majority of the hooks here just live rent-free in my head upon listening to them on first listen. Not to mention how Mach delivers these bars and flows and melodies, but also coalesces well with the guest vocalists. With his tone being so smoky and baritone, I think there's a beautiful juxtaposition between the passionate vocals of Drea on here, which is one of the featured singers on this album, and it just sounds beautiful, and his vocals to me kind of come off as Nate Dogg in a way. And it's a lyrically, poetically expressive political track, where he raps about being haunted and living in this ongoing nightmare of witnessing genocide in Gaza, societal and systemic racism, and staying strong during it. And the production goes into a very dreamy but yet haunting territory on the back end that leads into a serene outro that complements the chunky bass and the glistening pianos on Sonje, as he spits bars about his success and supporting his family, getting them out of poverty, and calling out those who challenge him and pretty much heckle him with an opposing opinion, but never really having much to offer in return. And I love his bars here where he goes, "Were you testing the beta? Everyone claiming the alpha is a fresh omega. Petty styles making accountants overestimate ya." Like, Mach is truly in his lyrical bag here. And speaking of lyrical bag, there's also empty spaces where Mac and your old Droog definitely carry their own, but in their own unique standout way, with Mac's very thoughtful but yet zany bars, such as, I want silly smoke but you're shooting more of silly string. But then we get an absolutely brutal onslaught of bars from your old Droog, with very scathing wordplay, as he does a clever spin on the ongoing meme, I got that dog in me, but then brings a lyrical spin to it that I probably can't say here. Let's just say the following lines that follow, dude's got that dog in him but it's a poodle, is definitely a crucial one. And similar to Pray for Haiti, Mac displays his bilingual prowess on the following track, Sur le pont de Avignon, Reparation number 1, which translates to On the Bridge of Aganon, which again, I'm sorry that I'm butchering these words, but I'm trying, bear with me, forgive me. With an insanely infectious melody that delivers this chunky, lush production with blaring horn samples and a great complimentary continuation in the verse from guest rapper Sam Gendel. So we do get a good chunk of consistent quality in the first leg of this album, and I feel this album ends fairly strong. The midpoint, however, does bring some half-baked cuts here, especially Gorgon Zoe Lon. That's under 2 minutes and sounds really unfinished. And the track Serpent the Rainbow I found to be pretty underwhelming. I did not think the vocals really meshed here. Things do pick up again though, especially when abstract rap legend Quelly Chris comes in here, along with the legendary Black Thought of the Roots fame, which gives us a lyrically super graphic raw verse. And also I love the beautiful fuzzy but lavish piano strings here over this heavy boom bap beat that are followed with these beautiful set of strings. And there's also surprises on this album which I did not expect, like this absolutely groovy, Afrocentric, hypnotic banger, which is the title track produced by Kaytranada, with this thumpy rhythmic bass, wavy keys, that proves that a bop could definitely serve its place in such a gritty, grimy style album that definitely could serve its place within the lush, beautiful but yet grimy production, or the closer Holy, which is probably the most gorgeous, uplifting, captivating song I've probably ever heard Mac deliver, and memorable hook too. And while instrumentally this is decadent, there are bars on here that do show some grisly imagery, and also do show harsh realities and violent upbringings of Mach on here. And the soaring choir vocals, once again complementing the baritone but melodic vocals of Mach. And the gorgeous set of strings here is absolutely stunning, reminding me of Kanye in his prime. But prior to that, we do have a handful of highlights, such as Lon Lon, which is laced with these elegant woodwinds that I would say vocally do come off to me as very Mos Def, Black Star, or even Mos Def Black on Both Sides coded here, but in a good way. Not to say Mos Def isn't excellent, he's definitely one of the best, definitely in my top 10, let's just get that out of the way. But the beat here is just laced with these elegant woodwinds, warm bass as Mach raps about his prosperity in life, and spits in the faces of racist scumbags who antagonize him. And also I can't forget the heavenly production on the very encouraging and ambitious Same 24, where, similar to the closer, there is a sonic and lyrical contrast, such as the harsh realities of poverty. And like most of every track on here, there's a lyrical contrast and also a sonic contrast too within the production. Like, it definitely complements the thematic focus here, because as the production can be lush and glistening, it's still rough. There's still a rough mix here, and I feel that expresses the grit here that the harsh realities that Mach is presenting here. So while simultaneously this could have its grit conceptually, this thing could also be decadent but also grimy as well. And I feel Mach shows great versatility, fantastic bars, great flows, and staying true to his sound and expanding on it and killing it once again, but so consistently and greatly on this album. Even if some tracks here did come off half-baked, still a fantastic listen. Definitely recommend this. I'm feeling a black 4 out of 5. hearts on this album. But if you've given this a listen, what did you think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Why? And that's it. Caspa, Got the Ghost, Mach-Hommy, Reparation. Till we meet again.